What's going on, y'all? My name's Trey Kepsel, and this is ELK Motorsports. Well, y'all might notice that the scenery is a little bit different, and that's because I am up in the North Houston area. Actually at my mom's house. She actually just lives 12 minutes down the road from Zuks Offroad, which is really cool. I talked in the last video about bringing like a budget build to the channel, and that's what this is. This is a 1987 soft top Suzuki Samurai. So it has some things that are wrong with it, but it's got a lot of cool stuff too. So it's a stock 1.3 liter, stock carburetor, stock exhaust manifold, like unmolested motor. It has a spring over axle lift. It's got Deutsch Tech shocks. I checked them, they seem like they're all right. It has 6.5 to 1 gears in the transfer case. It has full disc brakes all the way around, and it has a locker in the rear. Otherwise than that, that's really all I know about it. I know that it doesn't want to start anymore. I thought maybe it needed the clicky starter fix, but I've looked underneath the dash and it actually already has a relay for the starter. So either the solenoid in the starter has gone bad or the ignition switch is like really dirty. You know, the truck's gonna need an oil change. The stock carburetor, which is something I want to keep for right now. I mean, this thing is gonna be for off-road. There is an off-road part 5 minutes down the road. So I really think I'm gonna keep the stock induction system for a while. You know, if honest to God, if I do any sort of aftermarket induction system, it's going to be on my side. I mean, I'll test out the stock. I've never driven a Suzuki Samurai with a stock carburetor setup before, so this will be a good benchmark. I could compare this to what I remember the Weber's like. Or maybe that's something that I can do for you guys on the channel. We can run a stock carburetor, we could do a Weber, and then do a my side. You get to see all three of them. Because I know the my side's like stupid responsive. I mean, on my turbo setup, before boost kicks in, you're running naturally aspirated. So I know what the my side can do. I know it's night and day difference to a Weber. It's beautiful. I love that setup. Maybe eventually a turbo kit. The purpose of this build is to really appeal to you guys that want to just off-road. You're not looking to do all the bells and whistles. You're not looking to just go extravagantly crazy with your rig. Straight up, this thing is a toy. That's its purpose. It's gonna stay up here in Houston, and it will go to the off-road park and get played in. That's its purpose in life. So I need to fix all the vacuum lines on the start carburetor. One of the rear U-joints is bad. And I mean, just like a fluid change, you know. That's really it that I can think of, you know. So here is my shop space. Very bland, as you can see. There is no pegboard for tools. I have this 8-inch long table. I went and picked up a vise, because you always need a vise. Like, I could already use that to do the U-joint. I have a little bitty Husky toolbox that's like literally empty, no tools. I've carted a whole bunch of tools down here with me. I actually have socket sets that I keep in the toolbox on my truck just in case like breakdown or it helps them out on the side of the road or something like that, so I can use those. See guys, very limited as far as like what I have. At home, I've got a whole cabinet, like the one rows, all these different paints and preps and adhesive and, you know, abrasive pads for sanding and all kinds of stuff. Then I have like 2 shelves of lubricants, you know? And, you know, stuff like, a lot of this stuff lasts a long time. Like this thread locker was like $22. I was like, oh my God, Jesus. Because you buy one and it literally lasts forever. I bought just what I kind of needed to do the job that I'm going to be doing here now. So this will be kind of like, I guess it works out, you know, if you're watching this and you're getting your Suzuki Samurai for the first time, you could kind of see where you're going to start and how things will build up, because that's what will happen here in this shop. It's going to be just like minimalist. That's the point of this little arena. So, you know, anytime I come up to Houston, which I do come up here rather frequently, you know, I'll do something. I'll bring my camera equipment and we'll check it all out and we'll get it going. For what I need to do to this truck to get it ready for this off-road. I think it's like called the Summer Shootout, if I'm not mistaken, but it's a Creek View off-road part. So that's what's gonna happen tomorrow. I need to get this ready for that. So I probably won't do everything in one video. I'll probably do a whole bunch of different videos because I just don't know how long it's gonna take, and it'll kind of just, you know, divvy everything up. Like the key cylinder cleaning can be a video. I don't know about changing a U-joint. I mean, I don't know how many of you have never done one before. I mean, I guess I could do a video, I guess. The Suzuki Samurai has a lot of U-joints. So without further ado, guys, let's start tearing this budget build and getting it trail ready. Yeah, so at Zuks at Hazard, Andrew just buys these. And sometimes he turns around and sells them. The only work that he told me he did to this was he put the locker in there. And then when we brought it over here and we pushed it in here, you could tell there was a locker. But there's like a jumble of I don't know what wired into this thing. The previous owner, they definitely did a hack job or whatever it is they did. And then, I don't know if y'all can see that. That right there is the charge wire coming off a GM alternator. It's like a 10 gauge wire. I thought this was coming off of the alternator, but this is just going straight to the starter. I mean, I kind of came prepared. I don't like these battery terminals, so I brought some that use Allen head screws, and you put the wire in and you lock it down. Like they're really nice battery ends. You can actually get them from Walmart. So definitely going to clean that up. It definitely looks like there was a system. There's no radio in this. I don't know if they took the radio out. This unit had AC. Like here's the AC wiring harness. I'll probably pull it. Not trash it, just keep it like spare. Fix all the rubber hoses. I'm gonna put all new rubber hoses, I think. Besides the fact that it's missing a whole bunch. Andrew said it ran good though. Like even with all this stuff disconnected. I guess let's get this thing cleaned up. So I've gotten everything that's not really needed, like the AC wiring, some other weird wiring, I don't quite know what it's for. I think it's a sound system or something, or antenna. I'll do another video. I'll do a completely separate video on how to wire up that clicky starter fix where you just add a relay in the system. It's actually like really easy, but I'll show y'all kind of how a relay is set up, because you can add a relay to anything, you know. And on newer vehicles, relays are for everything. You know, relays are for headlights. So that way you're not running like a constant, it's not the voltage is the problem, it's the amperage. You know, headlights actually demand a lot of amperage. So especially like on a Suzuki Samurai, all that amperage runs through the combination switch, which is generally what makes them go bad. It just kind of fouls out the connections. It's not even so much that the combination switch goes bad. It doesn't really like melt or get overdone, but the connections get kind of fouled out and stuff won't work. So generally you can go in and clean up the combination switch, which I've pulled one apart and done. It's got to be careful though when you pull it apart. There's springs and these little detent balls that'll shoot out everywhere if you're not careful. But now we're just going to get underneath this dash and we're going to just kind of pull out the rest of the AC wiring and the brain for it, set it aside, and as you can see, there is, I guess, a sound system. I don't know what this is, but you know, we'll pull it, we'll yank it all out, get rid of it. Because there's no radio in here anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to be listening to. Alright y'all, so off camera I've been messing with this thing and it doesn't want to run. It didn't have all of those stock vacuum lines hooked up to it. So now, through the process of elimination, I guess I'm going to have to pull them each off to see if I can get it to run. Firing order's right, I got fuel. I got my buddy Jeff over here. He owns 4 Samurais up here and he's going to help me look at it and we're going to try to get this thing going. I had to take a shower, I had to take a break from it. It was aggravating the hell out of me. So, let's see if we can get this thing going. Alright, so I guess I'll crank it up.
Let's see.
And you tell me what you see or hear. Watch, it's going to run now.
See.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. It's gotta be getting fuel. It's gotta at least pop out. Come on, baby.
I know, those are new, right? They're fucking on there good. See? They old.
Okay.
That one was already plugged.
That one's put. I mean, that's old.
I actually think there was something hooked up to that. That was hooked up. It was just an old vacuum line. I plugged that back up. That was plugged originally. There wasn't anything. Oh, I don't think the mechanic. None of this was hooked up. But that just runs to that thermal switch that's just got the 2 lines. Like this is EGR.
Mm-hmm.
You know. See, this one was open. That one right there. Where's it going? We don't know that thing. Right there. On top of those wire strippers.
Give it a little hill. Give it a couple turnovers.
And whenever you hear it want to start, I was giving it, I would put it to the floor. I mean, do you think it's bad gas? That's just a choke. Yeah, see, you shut it, it runs a little better. So, that one you pulled off there. See, it runs good with a vacuum leak. What are you messing with?
You got the brake on?
Huh?
You got the parking brake on, right?
What?
You got the parking brake on?
Oh, I never did that parking brake.
It's not good.
Oh, this is pulling vacuum. This right here is pulling vacuum. Feel that. You think maybe I had that on backwards?
You're double pulling vacuum. You had this one?
Does it run better closed? What are you messing with, another? See, if this is just your cardboard canister, that just puts vacuum on that so that way it'll pull the fumes. That shouldn't hurt nothing. Oh, let's try some. So this has got a one-way diaphragm. It might be on wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's on backwards. Well, for all the time that I spent messing with that, Jeff comes over and we just start unplugging stuff, and not even 2 minutes into it, you saw us start right away, and it was just that one plastic piece was in backwards. I guess it was pulling double vacuum, that diaphragm that I don't even really quite know what that part does. It's just part of the stock emission system. Got it squared away. I had beat myself up for hours off camera trying to figure out maybe I had the firing order wrong. almost got to where I was gonna pull the whole front off thinking maybe I jumped time, but thankfully it was just that. But got it started, got it running. I still need to change out the rear U-joint, and I still need to clean the lock cylinder. I'm gonna do a separate video on both of those for y'all. Or maybe I'll do the lock cylinder and the U-joint in one video, I don't know yet. Thank you guys for watching the video. If it was content that you enjoyed watching, be sure to smash that like button. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so that way you can stay up to date on what I've got going in one of two shops. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. It looks just like a jumble of junk underneath here. It actually is bothering my OCD a lot. It's really bugging me. But I'll try not to go too crazy. Budget build. Gotta remember, budget build, budget build, budget build.